I'm Anastasia Chatzka. I'm a fashion designer, sewing educator, and rock and roll cat mom with over 20 years of sewing experience. And I'm here to teach you everything I know about sewing and fashion design and to spread my love of sewing. So let's start sewing together. Welcome to Sewing Anastasia, and today I'm going to go over what a basting stitch is and give you a tutorial on it. So I bet you want to know, what is a basting stitch? Well, I'm about to tell you. A basting stitch is a straight stitch with a really long stitch length. So as long as you can make your stitch length on your sewing machine and the ends of it are not back stitch. So this is a very loose stitch. This is a temporary stitch that's used to hold things together or create shape when sewing. And this stitch is always removed at the end or during the process of creating your garment. Three of the most popular applications for using a basting stitch are 1, during gathering, 2, creating a nice sleeve cap in your set-in sleeve, and 3, just to hold a few pieces or layers of fabric together during a project. You can do this stitch on your sewing machine with that extra long stitch, or you can do it by hand as well. Now let's go over to the sewing machine and create a basting stitch. Today I'm going to be using the beautiful Designer Epic 2 in Modern Mint. This is my new sewing machine and I'm in love with it, so super excited, obviously. So this machine comes with the basting stitch option built into it where I can just click number 38 and it's going to automatically have a really long stitch length. But if your sewing machine doesn't have that option, you can just go to your regular straight stitch and make sure you make your stitch length as long as it'll go. So let's go ahead and create a basting stitch on this swatch I have. So I have my stitch selected, and now we're just going to go ahead and create a straight stitch and make sure you do not back stitch. If the fabric wants to gather up on you, you can hold it lightly and back. And when you get to the end, do not back stitch. And what I like to do is not use the cut function, but use the up button. And then go ahead and pull it out. Oh, get our needle up. So that way I can have a long thread tail. Because if I'm basting, I might want to gather it or ease the cap of the sleeve. We've finished our basting stitch, so you can see that there's no back stitch at the beginning or at the end. We have a loose stitch here. So there's no back stitch there. There's just a thread on the bottom and a thread on the top. So if we were to pull this, it would come out, which is great because this is a temporary stitch. A basting stitch is temporary. And if you were gathering or easing, you would hold the thread and pull the fabric down the thread. And you can see because it has that long stitch, it gathers it up. And if we keep pulling this, the thread's gonna pop right out. Voila! Thanks so much for watching Sewing Anastasia today. If you have any questions or comments on how to create a basting stitch or use it in your project, leave it down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and hit the share icon so that way you can share it with all your friends. And as always, make sure you follow me on Instagram at @SewAnastasia and Anastasia Chatzka. And if you're in Chicago, come take a sewing class with me, or I'd love to make you a custom garment. And check out the new Patreon, so hop on over there and see all the ways you can help support Sew Anastasia. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!